Tanya Felista. Welcome back to Let's Be Real, a podcast by the Leica Group. Today, we shall discuss the things you should consider before you have a child. We shall base the discussion on the 6 aspects of human life. The first aspect is physical health and fitness, which is basically your bodily health that is promoted by proper nutrition, exercise, and rest. Before you have a child, kindly go for a full body checkup, which is going to determine if you have any health issues, because health issues are going to affect the development of your child. You should also encourage your partner to do the same. Also go for a full body checkup. Secondly, you should ensure that you're eating a balanced diet, which includes carbohydrates, proteins, fats, fiber, vitamins, minerals, and water that should be sufficiently taken. You should also ask yourself if you're going to be available to take care of the child. I know because of the economy, both parents are working nowadays, and probably people do not have time to, take care of their children. And many are leaving their children under the care of, caregivers and nannies. They're called nannies, yes, and parents, which sometimes is not good because maybe this person doesn't know how to take care of the child. So it's important to ask yourself, do I have the time to take care of my child? This is because if this aspect, the physical aspect, is not well considered, then the child might have mental issues, standard growth, or a weakened immune system, and also can die. Some die. So consider these things and ensure that you can take care of your child as expected. The second aspect is mental health, which involves cognitive development that is influenced by brain development, environmental experiences, and genes. Cognitive development enables a child to think critically, solve problems, have a good memory, perception, and great learning capabilities. This is something I was watching on TikTok the other day about a lady called Mo. She's an artist from South Africa. She speaks Mandarin very well, and when asked how she got to learn the language, she said that her parents, when she was, a child, studied, they were researching on world economies, and they made a conclusion that China will someday become a superpower. And so they enrolled their child, their daughter, to learn in a Chinese school. So through that a decision made by her parents, Mo went to study in China. She got into, a singing competition in China, which opened up doors for a career as an artist. And these are things that you should consider as a parent. Do I provide? Am I capable of providing an environment where that promotes the cognitive development of my child? There are parents who are able to provide things like art classes, instrument classes where the children can learn certain things that the parents have noticed they are interested in. So consider that, please, because it's going to put your child into a position where they can compete internationally or they can pursue everything that they love and live a beautiful life. The third aspect is emotional well-being. You attain emotional well-being by being emotionally intelligent. Now, emotional intelligence includes self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and much more. You can research on it. I always insist that we should know who we are. Knowing who you are is going to help you make better decisions about your life. And it's also going to help you treat yourself with kindness and also treat others with kindness. That is, have empathy. It will help you understand your emotions and control them. Now, a parent is supposed to have emotional intelligence. This is because you might do or say things that are going to negatively affect your child. We have children who have been abused by their parents because they lack emotional intelligence. So before you have a child, ask yourself this: am I emotionally intelligent? Do I treat myself with kindness? Do I treat others with kindness? You know, there are people who are manipulative, people who believe that violence is okay, you know, it solves issues, which is not true. So do not apply these things in your life and think that they are not going to affect the life of your child. The fourth aspect is relationships and social connections. These are definitely affected by the third aspect, which is emotional intelligence. Because a person who has empathy is going to teach their child to have empathy too. And a person with empathy has good, relations or good relationships with others. A human, we say a man is not an island. You cannot exist alone. So you have to learn to live with others. And you cannot live with others if you're not a good person, or if you're not kind. So you have to treat others with kindness. Now, we have parents who have turned their children against their family members. Like maybe unaambiwa huyo mtu ni mchawi, your grandmother ni mchawi, your uncles ni wachawi, wote hawakutakii mema, so you cannot visit. And that's why recently there was a story trending about a lady who was asking, her family members, yani tutakuwa tunakutana tu wakati wa mazishi. That is exactly what is happening nowadays. People are only meeting when there's a funeral in their family. So that says a lot about what is happening. What are parents teaching their children? Not to have good relationships with their family members? Is that what it is? I know there are those that have experienced bad things, with their relatives, and it's good to stay away from that bad energy. But what of the others that you don't actually know, but you've only been told this person is bad, and you're like, okay, then you stay away from your family. If you chose to stay away, then why are you going to the funeral? I was watching something on TikTok about a lady who said that her mom locked her, told her not to associate with friends, not even to make friends. She was locked in the house, like I don't know how to call it, a solitude way of living. She was not allowed to have friends. And even when she went to school, she was not supposed to talk about things like, I made friends or any, no sleepovers, no nothing. She was locked in the house. And this has made it hard for her, to connect with people, outside her family. So we should have a balance. We can have a family, life, and then there's the social life where we get to meet other people and understand them better and live well, as a community. So before you have a child, consider these things. How are you going to teach your child to live with not just family members, but the community at large? The fifth aspect is spirituality and religious beliefs. This aspect reminds me of Shakahola and other atrocious things that are being done in the name of God. I believe that many Christians are being lied to because they do not know God. I also think that if we read the Bible for ourselves, we would know so many truths that we would not really need somebody else to tell us what to do and what not to do when it comes to our spiritual lives. For example, a pastor can tell you that the reason why your things are not doing well is because of a family member. Like a family member anakuroga or something. And this, creates fear and makes you, have a bad relationship with that person. And in the book of Ephesians, I think Ephesians chapter 6 from verse 10, you can read about the things you should do. It is about, I think, the armor of God. You can read there and know what to do so that you can be protected from any bad things that are happening in your life. And maybe if you're that protected, then nobody will have to tell you that maybe this person is actually a good person. But since this person wants to, gain your trust, they're going to use that direction to ruin your relationship with a family member. And also, no one is going to tell you to, buy handkerchiefs or, I don't know, some oils or put their photos in your home or something. You'll really know God and what you're supposed to do. I know we're also taught to do charity and live well with others. Those are simple things that a person can do to live well without being told things that can lead to fear and ruin relationships. So I believe the greatest thing a parent can do is have a strong foundation when it comes to their relationship with God, so that they can transfer the same foundation to their children. Also, knowing God is going to end things like God is unfair, God doesn't exist, God doesn't love me, or many, many other things of feeling unworthy and questioning his existence. So think about these things before you have a child. If you do not have a strong foundation with God, then your child will not have it. So kwani unataka wasome from who? Kwa sababu watu wengine they might mislead them. Upate mtu hata ile foundation uko nayo hana, ashapelekwa ingine huko nje. So think about this. The last aspect is career and financial stability. If you consider the aspects above, then your child will definitely have a good career and be financially stable. Why am I saying this? Because your child will eat a balanced diet, leading to what? A good mental health, cognitive development. He's going to have great problem solving skills, think critically, learn quickly, or he's also going to grow well. Okay, you're also going to find opportunities for them, or maybe discover something that they're doing that is unique, their gifts, and find opportunities for them to, explore their talents. So you can imagine mtoto wa mzazi ambaye aliona mtoto wake anapenda kuimba, and then they introduce them to different musical, instruments. And now they're playing them professionally. Or they went for vocal training. Now they can sing beautifully. So, and then now when you have a great spiritual foundation, mtoto wako hata danganywa huko, enda akakuwa analipia mtu rent, analipia mchungaji eti rent, ama anampatia your ancestral land or other resources, you understand? Like kuna wale wanapeana wanaachwa bila, ama unaona mtu anapeana anakosa kusomesha watoto wengine ama watoto wake ama siblings. So these things are interconnected. So also social life, they are going to interact well with people, and maybe these people unaweza ukaongea na mtu vizuri hata akakupatia job, ama akaangalia there's something you're missing akakununulia, au uko na empathy ukaenda ukasaidia mtu hapo nje, and this person says they have to pay you back, na akakupatia something even bigger. So consider these aspects. They are interconnected, and they will make your child lead a good life. Na usiende kuzaa tu useme eti mtoto anakuja na sahani yake. No, there is nothing like that. You have to be intentional before you have a child. Thank you.